Ready when you are, sis.
Oh, I'm ready.
Oh, are you ready? Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Sounds like a threat.
You're the one that said it.
I know. The thing is...
Good morning.
Welcome to Disrespectfully with Katie Maloney and Dayna Kathan. Unapologetically, we're here to do what we want to do. Spilling the tea. Babe, you're going to see the power of women, like disrespectfully.
Well, I ended my evening with an allergic reaction and then ended up taking a Benadryl, pushed past when I should have fallen asleep, and then missed the window and felt insane.
More like your allergic reaction ended your evening.
No, it did. And then I slept. I need to get the pink elephant out of the room. The bags under my eyes are not designer. I literally am now forced. Not being able to sleep is not only shaving probably minutes to years off my life, it's also becoming expensive because I have to get a lower bluff. It has to happen. Like and the lighting in here, every time I see a video of myself from the studio, I cringe. It's like when I'm going through, when you see a video.
I'm myself.
I almost cried.
No.
I mean, in the world, I don't feel like I look like that. And it's certainly not on Instagram because I'm using Charm too, but it's hard out here in these streets.
Do you ever ice roll your face?
Yeah. I need to do that when I get home.
I mean, just be more religious about it. Like I used to wake up every morning and do it. I've been like slacking so much on skincare. I feel like in general, I just feel like I was looking at a magnifying mirror this morning, which why would I ever do that?
I
to
wouldn't
myself?
dare.
But I was like, holy I need to do like a serious like clay mask just to like remove like a few layers of dermis. Like it's pretty bad.
The thing is, looking in a magnifying mirror would be a saw trap for me.
That is
They're like, look in this for 10 minutes in fluorescent lighting or we're going to kill you.
With the bright lights I have on like my vanity thing, it was jarring.
Yeah.
Life altering.
Yeah. So
too much for a Friday morning. But you know what?
Sorry to sound
I
so
shall
negative,
persevere.
you guys. You what?
I shall persevere.
You shall.
While the horrors persist.
While the horrors persist, so do I. Here's the thing. We also have huge plans tonight, and we can say this because by the time it comes out, we'll have done it.
Yeah.
Guess who's fucking DJing Emo Nite?
We are.
Little surprise guest, and I am so in love with our playlist this time.
Yeah, no, I feel good about it. I mean, I feel like there are some songs that just do carry to like at least like every other one, you know, but I think it's gonna be hot fire.
We're gonna have so much fun. We have a great group of friends joining us. I am amped. If you have never heard Cartman's version of Bring Me to Life, go on TikTok, pause this right now. Go on TikTok or
It's
YouTube.
Gorgeous.
Listen to it. It's so good. So we are opening our set. They ripped that so we can open with his version and then go into Bring Me to Life. And I am so excited. Allison, doesn't that get you horny? Aren't you so excited?
I'm wet.
Oh. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. Yeah, I'm a little concerned, Kiss, about this evening because tomorrow I'm catching a very early flight to Park City to do my dad's celebration of life. So, you know, it'll be good. I'm mostly excited to see like my family and spend time with them. I haven't seen them since Christmas, or at least like my younger brother. I've seen the others I think since then, but and then just some like old family friends and stuff, and be in my hometown, and it'll just be a good sort of I don't know, a lot of love I feel like in the room. So
absolutely. How are you? I mean, we talked about it, but the people I know want to know how are you feeling about it?
I feel good. I mean, it's sort of like that something sort of needs to happen to put a sort of button. Yeah. On someone's life. I mean, you can't really put a button on someone's life, but it just feels nice to just celebrate my dad and, you know, our lives that we shared growing up together and with family, friends and everything like that. So I don't know. I feel excited isn't the word, but I am looking forward to it. Yeah. I don't know if that sounds weird, but yeah, me and my brothers are going to spread my dad's ashes up on the mountain like he worked at for a billion years, 40 years or something like that. So it feels right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is nice in the pain of that because everyone reminisces and tells, you know, good, funny stories, and it is a lot of love.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
And Megan, who I was friends with since like fourth grade, like one of my closest friends, like all through like life, she's going to come tomorrow. So I'm very excited to see her.
Amazing.
She was my like OG, like emo buddy that we went to shows with and listened to all the tunes together, Warped Tour. So she's my, you know,
when you did Emo Nite in Park City, did she come?
No.
Okay, Megan.
Well, I don't know if I'm sure she saw about it, but I didn't like specifically reach out. I just also like it was the night of it all was, you know, kind of crazy. So, but whatever, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm excited.
Yeah, great. I have a quick, really important family update.
Yes.
I'm pregnant. Just kidding. Absolutely not. During Pride, hello. So my niece, my older niece, who we all know, talk about all the time that I'm obsessed with, said for the first time. She's 5. But here's the kicker. We all thought that she would learn it from me. She didn't. Another little kid told her about it on the playground, and she came home saying, and then obviously my sister was horrified and also laughing, so she like thinks it's funny. But
I'm never not going to laugh at videos of tiny children.
Also, she's
swearing up a storm.
My sister always says about me and her tree apple. So it is what it is. I'm like, she is of my lineage for sure. She takes after me in a lot of ways. Love her so bad. But I just think it's so funny. I'm sorry, it's never not going to be funny when a kid says fuck.
It's never not going to be funny. You know that trend that was happening on social media where they would like set up the camera. They're like, all right, I'm going to leave the room. You can say whatever you want, any bad word until I come back in. You can just go crazy. And some of them are like so sweet. They're so just like innocent and pure. And the other ones are just like, you fucking bitch. I'm like, what the where did they learn this? This is amazing.
I mean, I've had a potty mouth since pretty much day one, act one, scene one, but it's also because I grew up in a household of potty mouths. But I'm like, you guys literally set me up for this, and now it's just part of who I am. I can't. It's never going to change, and I'm sure Lenny will be the same way. So.
Oh yeah, no, my niece definitely knows. She's got some vocabulary down, but she knows not to say it at school. Only when she's with like my brother.
Well, Dot, we've talked about this before, but Dot and Lenny have a lot in common of like the old soul of it all, and the way that they had a high vocabulary from a young age, and just the way that they talk. So it doesn't surprise me. Yeah, we'll just tell her that's at home. That's at home language.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, I love that for her.
I love it. I mean, I don't love it for my sister. My sister's mad, but
well, it's gonna happen at some point.
It's a part of life. I have a quick circle back.
What's up?
So Allison sent us this morning that Sydney Sweeney's bathwater soap sold out. But I have to say, I heard her voiceover promoting it gave me the fucking ick. She was like, "You little boys want my bathwater?" And then she's like,
"No, that's amazing.
It's not for boys, it's for men." So as I was saying, I know she's pandering to that audience, but it's just like, I don't know. It just grosses me out. I'm like, girl, do you get your bag? But I don't know. I just hate seeing men happy.
Okay, well, what about me? It makes me happy.
I know. Well, that's why. Why wasn't she like, the men or they or gay or non-binary in my life? Like, I don't know. Why can't it just be for everyone?
Well, because we know there's a clear marketing angle here, so I get it. But I don't see men happy. Only some get to be happy.
What?
Only some get to be happy.
Yeah, no, I like some being happy. I guess that's a broad statement, but that's like that meme I've talked about before. It's like, I would be a stripper, but I hate to see men happy. So,
well, yeah, that's a different caliber of men. I feel like I'm not saying it automatically makes you a bad person or a bad dude to go to a strip club, but like the ones that are hanging out there, you know who you are.
Yeah, totally. In Julia Fox's book, which is now my back to that hyperfixation, when she was a dominatrix, she loved it. But it ended up being taxing mentally over time, but because she could beat them up. But then she stripped a little bit on this one like road trip she took when she like needed money. And she was like, I only did it for 2 weeks. I hated it because it was so different than being a dom. You had to like rub their shoulders and like, and I'm like, ugh, I just make that face all the time. So
I do enjoy a strip club, I will say. Like,
are you kidding? I fucking love a strip club, but we're not perverts.
No.
And right. Strippers love to see us coming. I will say, don't be tacky. If you're a woman or a they or whatever, and you're going to a strip club, go, but bring cash. You can't just like,
no, you
go.
must.
You got to pay them. But
especially if you're going to sit anywhere near a stage, like you have to be tipping.
Sorry, you got to tip. You got to throw cash. But the strippers love me. What's not? I'm a perfect candidate. I bring cash and I'm not a creep. So I'll respect your boundaries.
Yes, exactly. Not
so
speaking of
strippers on the daddy list.
Do we want to do that? Do I have it?
Okay, then I'll start. How about that?
Go ahead.
I'm going to put Bailey on my daddy list because I'm so proud of her.
Oh.
Our friend who's the founder of Quickies. I'm actually wearing them. I've been a convert. I've been very impressed with them. Her glue is psychotic.
I've been trying to turn you into a press-on girl for a long time.
It's finally happened.
I'm really proud.
She had a vending machine activation. She's been working this vending machine forever. At Pride, it was awesome. She just had a little blurb written about Quickies in Cosmo, which I'm really proud of her. So Bailey, if you're listening, I think she catches every 5th episode, but I'm sure someone out there will tell her, but we love you and we're really proud of you. She's just amazing. The Osbournes is on Prime.
Oh.
I am just thinking.
Oh, is that well, then yeah.
Let's share it.
Okay, because I would absolutely love to put that on my daddy list. I'd like to put Daddy Osbourne on my daddy list.
Okay, so then let's pin that and that can be yours and you can circle back. Okay. My last one, there's this person on TikTok named Gio, and he is a line cook.
Yes, Giovanni's Kitchen.
Oh my God.
Love him.
Stays smoking cigarettes, and he'll be like, this is what I'm eating today between whatever, and it's like an artichoke leaf and a beef stick or like anything, and it's always in those like pint containers from the kitchen, like whatever he can find. And he's just kind of like skanky, like his little videos. I'm like, I'm about
I feel like
you.
I'm missing out.
Oh my God, you're missing out. He's one of my favorite follows. He's a little eyebrow piercing and he has a cat. So anyway.
The gay TikTok of it all.
Yeah, it's a gay. He's trans, which doesn't really matter, but he's just like
Obsessed.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're loving it.
I need
So
to,
go
I need
take
to
a
get
look.
into
I
that.
think he just did a shoot or something with Addison Rae.
Hot.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I just really enjoy his content. Okay, so circling back to the Osbournes, tell us
Yeah.
about. People today face immense pressure to perform, to provide, and to keep it all together. So it's no wonder that 6 million people in the US suffer from depression every year, and it's often undiagnosed.
It's okay to struggle. Real strength comes from opening up about what you're carrying and doing something about it so you can be at your best for yourself and everyone in your life.
If you're feeling the weight of the world, talk to someone, a friend, a loved one, or even better, a therapist.
Please talk to a therapist. There's stigmas attached to it, I guess, from like how many years ago, but I think the tools that you get out of therapy are invaluable and makes your relationships so much more healthier. You can like communicate better. You can problem solve together. Like it's nice.
Also, we're also screwed up because the generation before us wouldn't do this. So I always think we're all healing because more people are open to it, but I need even more people to be open to it.
100%.
With over 35,000 therapists, Betterhelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. And it works with an App Star rating of 4.9 out of 5 based on over 1.7 million client reviews.
It's convenient too. You can join a session with a therapist at the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life. Plus, switch therapists at any time.
As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp.
Our listeners will get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/disrespectfully.
That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/disrespectfully.
As the temps start rising, I feel that familiar urge to refresh my closet, but I'm not wasting money on pieces I'll only wear once just for one season. Quince changes that. Their clothes are timeless, lightweight, and far more elevated than anything else at this price. It finally feels like my wardrobe matches my standards, which we all know are high, regardless of what anyone says.
Yeah, we do. No, we know. People say that behind your back all the time. Like 100% European linen shorts, dresses for $30, luxe swimwear, Italian leather platform sandals, those kind of standards.
Those standards exactly. The best part, everything with Quince is half the cost of similar brands.
Well, it's because they work directly with top artisans and cut out the middleman. Quince gives you luxury without the markup. Plus, they only work with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices in premium fabrics and finishes, which is so daddy list. It's a high standard if I've ever seen one.
I just got the black 100% leather oversized bomber jacket, and it is perfect. You guys have got to check it out.
Give your summer closet an upgrade with Quince. Go to quince.com/disrespectfully for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns.
That's QUINCE.com/disrespectfully to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/disrespectfully. Okay, Osbournes are definitely going on the daddy list. So it's back on Prime. You could not stream this show anywhere. So like the last time any of us had seen it was 2006 probably.
It used to be on YouTube. So I would watch it on YouTube, and then like 6 months ago, I went to look for it and it wasn't there.
I one time deep dove, probably in the last year, was like, how the fuck do I find the show? So it's been like my comfort show, like on the background, just when you don't know what to put on, you just put it on. But man, it is so funny. Dana and I watched hours of it yesterday and we were dying of laughter.
It's because it's that particular type of reality show that's just was the pioneer of the time.
It was like before Housewives and reality TV like really took off, before Kardashians. There was like Real World, Meet the Barkers, the Osbournes. And like it's what people think our show was like. So do cameras just show up and like film you guys doing whatever that day? So I'm like, no, of course not. With the Osbournes, they 100% did that. They just like, I think just showed up and were like, what are we up to today? Because like half the time it's just Ozzy staring into a void.
Well, and reality, that man is so fucking rickety, and you need like the Aussie translator sometime. It's before reality TV became so curated, and it was just authentic in what was happening. But we see drug use, fighting, they're just so funny.
Like it looks
as
and
it
sounds
works.
like someone recorded on a flip phone for sure.
Yeah.
But, still just, It's so lovely. I love it.
They have 50,000 goddamn animals running around at all times. They're just
that
so
stresses
funny.
me out because like when the dogs are all going to the bathroom inside and they're stepping in, like I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
I love to watch it, but don't want that in my household.
You know what it smells like in there.
Ooh, yeah.
But Ozzy
It smells like someone left it behind.
what was his fixation with the Chipotle burritos?
Does anyone want a burrito? And he's like fucked up, and he like walks in a boot.
He kept like singing the Mexican hat dance song.
He is a hyperfixation king. I get it. I'm like, once I eat one thing I like, I can eat.
Well,
I just eat it till I'm sick of it.
I think he was also hyperfixated on heroin too, so it tracks.
And smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just was fucking real, and it's so good. Highly recommend.
So good. It's just so funny because I also love like the relationship that Sharon has with like her kids, the relationship that Sharon and Ozzy shared together. Like it is so lovely. Like, yeah, they're not traditional at all, but when it comes to like how much they love each other, it's like fucking goals.
No, it's incredible. And the way they love their kids and their kids love that. I mean, when my sister was on, people used to say like we were the Osbournes growing up just because that's fight hard, love hard, toxic, dysfunctional, a lot of swearing, but it's so sweet to see how pure their love is. Also, just so you guys know, in June and July, we have lots of exciting guests coming up for you. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Also, and Nick too, he's going to come on in July because he was listening to our episode from last week when we were talking about the hot bagging on the tour bus, and he's like, oh, this is how you get rid of it. So I'm going to let him tell the story of like the tour bus lore.
I'm sure people on the edge of their seats or the edge of their toilets.
Well, they should be.
They should be.
Because it's
funny. It's interesting.
It's riveting.
Something so funny happened yesterday.
What?
Okay, we're going to pivot. This is going to be a quick story. So Beyonce just started the European leg of her Cowboy Carter tour. She had a wardrobe malfunction. She is such a consummate professional. She's wearing this bodysuit with chaps strapped, and she like poses and her chaps go down to her ankles. And so she's just standing there and you can tell she wants to laugh, and she's just like, kind of puts her lips together and she's still singing, bends down and grabs them, and you can tell she's like smiling and trying to like kind of sexy pull them back up. And then one of her dancers got noticed and came back around and clipped her up. But I'm like, wardrobe malfunctions are so funny.
I thought you were gonna say like her like top broke or something. That's just
but it was just in terms of your pantsing drama. It was funny. No, my God, no, it isn't. The video is so funny. I'm telling you, just to watch someone get pantsed on stage and like, yeah, she has a bodysuit on, but you can tell she froze for a second and was like, I have to bend down to my ankles somehow right now and get this back up my body.
I'm surprised someone didn't rush on stage to.
No, they were dancers. The other ones like keep dancing and then, yeah, they clipped together. But I mean, wardrobe malfunctions in general, we've just had some great ones over the years. Didn't we talk about Janet Jackson's nip slip?
I don't think we have mentioned that on the podcast.
That was such a big deal back in the day.
That's a core memory. I remember watching Superbowl, and it was funny because I think I was watching it with like people that went to like my church. So
if you had consciousness,
it really stands out to me.
If you had consciousness during that time, you saw it. Allison, do you remember that?
Yeah, vaguely.
5-year-old. The thing is, she had a big nipple shield on. So I think what's always haunted me about the whole thing is how that fit in her shirt, because it was a big nipple shield. But do you think it was accidental, or do you think it was on purpose?
I think they did it on purpose, and then they tried to
do
say
you?
Yeah.
Oh, the Super Bowl was so mad about that. And then also misogyny.
Janet Jackson.
Everyone was mad at Janet Jackson, not Justin Timberlake, who ripped it off. I'm like,
but I think, if they were both planned it or both ran on it, then they're both culpable.
Yeah.
It was a bad choice on everyone's part.
I don't know. I think it was an accident.
I don't think
so. Okay. We'll have to agree to disagree. But either way, it was such a core memory.
Because I think her having that, like, the pasty situation on was like, I'm
going to look up her breasts. Hold on. Janet Jackson nip slip, because I can't remember what it looked like, but I remember all the adults in the room that I was looking at were so shocked. Okay, so here it is. It's not a pasty. It was a nipple shield. It's not a pasty. It was a piercing. So it was like a shield that went around her areola, and the barbell is through it. Which, by the way, as someone who formerly had their nipples pierced,
looks cool.
No, it looks cool. As someone who formerly had their nipples pierced and would sometimes get them yanked, I can't imagine having this kind of hardware. This is advanced. This is
the way that the shirt's cut, like no shirt's just cut like that if it's not meant to be like more, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, it's giving, they wanted a risky talked about moment.
I think the likelihood that anyone out there listening to this has any insider info, but if you had like a family member that worked on that production or you know anything, tell us. I'm curious if there's any inside info. But yeah, I remember that was such a BFD. I remember my mom standing up and screaming like, her nipple! Did you guys just see her nipple out? And it was like, girl, calm down. It's just a nipple. Also, people were just so back in the day precious about so many things.
Yeah.
And then like asking starlets the most embarrassing, ridiculous, offensive questions about their virginity and shit. But then people are mad about nipples. People are still mad about nipples.
Could never be now though, I don't think. Well, I mean, but the thing is people are just so fucking just pressed on about everything. Like the comment section everywhere is just people that hate whatever it is that they're commenting on, but still spending so much of their time commenting on it. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like someone posted it. I don't know what account it was. It wasn't like a Love Island account, but someone posted, like this other account posted about Yulissa going home or leaving the villa. And this person's like, who is this person? I don't even know who this person is. And someone explained it to them. They're like, okay, well, like, who the fuck cares? Why should I care? It's like, ma'am, you're here in the comment section spending your time when you could have just scrolled past. If I didn't know what something was posted or what it was about, I probably would just keep scrolling because I don't know what it is. But this person is just, when people just want to be like, I don't even know who this is. They love commenting on like everything like that. Like, why should I care? Who's this person? It's like, keep scrolling.
No, people, I could not relate
I'm
to
never
that
gonna
any
never gonna understand that weird ass fucking mentality. It's just hater mentality that I just don't possess. I can be a massive hater about things, but just when people just are a hater, period.
I'm not a hate comment person, but there is one that I consistently leave and I will never stop doing it because I hope it becomes a trend and I hope she sees it. Anytime I see a video of Caroline Leavitt, I type Mrs. Waterford. That's all I say. That's all I need to say. The press secretary.
Oh,
that's
right.
Snatch.
So why can't I commit her name to memory? Why do I have no idea what her name is?
Well,
ever?
she's also chronically online because she has changed her makeup quite a bit. She's trying to veer away from Republican makeup. So I do hope she sees that. And you remind me of Serena.
She's dumb.
And
every time
slander I'll get in on. But well, you just mentioned Love Island. So why do you think Yulissa left? She was obviously having some controversy. Do you think they asked her to leave or she?
Oh yeah, no, they 100% removed her and were like, hey, here's the deal. We've seen some video footage of you on a podcast using the N-word. Crazy amount of times. And also, I don't know, like, I think they're a little bit conflicted because it's like, okay, is it the right thing to do to remove someone just because they might have some different political beliefs, not understanding how offensive it can be and how, you know, just in general, like that argument is like getting a little bit muddied. But I think it was just like when the slurs were out there, they were like, gotta go. Gotta go. And the thing is, you know that they told everybody like why and that it wasn't to be discussed because literally it's like, and Ulissa's left the villa. And then they're all waking up. No one's like, hey, where's Yulissa? Like if she had left for her own reasons or whatever, like they would talk about it. And they would talk about like, oh, like she maybe didn't feel comfortable, but like, nope. They were like, and that's it.
Look, we were thrilled to see her go. She was problematic. I think a lot of other things, but then that was taking the cake. But yeah, no love lost there for me.
She was very annoying too.
Yeah. Hate, double hate, loathe entirely.
But
do you think someone's IUD fell out?
Well, okay, I didn't watch last night's episode because when I got home from the movie, I was so tired. I just went to bed. But that photograph that I was shown this morning, yeah, that looks like but how does it fall out? Can that happen?
Yes, that it's rare, but they can happen. Also, you know what I love? An IUD baby. When it comes out holding the IUD.
Does that really happen?
Yes. And it's like basically like, you thought you could keep me down? Absolutely not.
That is like the ultimate.
That's a strong-willed baby. That baby was like, that baby's going to be very hard-headed, I would say. But yeah, they come out holding it. Sometimes they do fall out. I would say more so if I'm surprised that I don't usually see people just walking and it's like,
that's what I mean.
Floor.
Like, so what was happening? Where was it found?
It was on a deck. And they were just all walking over it. And also, if my IUD fell out of my body, I would just keep walking. I wouldn't tell anyone. I would just be so embarrassed.
Well, I hope that person doesn't plan on having sex, or if they like
going in the boom boom room or whatever it is in the show. Do they have sex in their communal room on Love Island?
Some people do. Some people get real freaky with everyone else in the room. They go under the covers and just the
claps are heard.
Yeah,
I can't handle it, and all the making out.
It's already very scandalous with the making out of it all. And I'm like, I'm no prude, but I'm just like, these people just met. Would I do that? Probably, but like it was a bit much.
Oh, look, I cannot even watch myself making out on television. Like, even if it's me, it's so cringe. I fast forward, couldn't do it. Strangers, I legitimately cannot watch it. And yeah, we're no prudes.
Do you like any of the current Islanders?
I feel like I don't know. I only saw a small snippet because I was mostly looking for Ariana, so I haven't really done the due diligence.
She only watches Ariana.
I only watch Ariana. I'm sorry. And Ariana, obviously, daddyless. She looks so fucking good, as we knew she would. It's like sickening.
Missed that side part on you, girl.
Who do you like?
I like Hoodie, and I like Taylor, who's a cute little cowboy, and I like Jeremiah. He seems a little bit young in the mind, spirit, and emotional department, but he seems also like really like he has good intentions. I don't know, like I like him. Nick is giving, I don't know, he's giving a little bit of fuckboy. I mean, if I look like him, I'd probably be a fuckboy too. and Ace is like, he's loving it too much. He's fully there for himself. Like he I don't think he's gonna be couple. I don't even see him lasting, to be honest. He'll be like super into a girl, and then he's like a kid in a candy shop right now. Leave it at that. Shelly I really like, but I feel like she's gonna get hurt, I think, which is sad. Everyone's after
people are, like,
her.
Love bombing.
Yeah,
like,
well, yeah, like, and all the guys are like into her. I feel like Alondria, I think she's great too. Her and Huda had like a moment because like there was like a recoupling or a coupling up situation, and she was trying to be supportive, but it was a little bit tone deaf in the moment. But ultimately, her intention was just to be like supportive to the other girls because their dudes said they want to couple up with someone else, and they left them hanging. It was like a bit sad. And Alondra kind of snapped at her. She goes, "We can talk later." It's like, what the fuck? Like, I don't think it needs to be a thing. But anyway, yeah. So I got to catch up on last night's episode, but so far, so good.
I heard, is Huda the one that has a kid?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this?
I know she doesn't want it to become like her personality, like, because if she mentions it right now to somebody in the early days, you know, suddenly anyone that comes in the villa, the first thing that they're going to know about Huda is like, oh, she got a kid. And while a kid is like one of the most important things in your life and a huge part of your life, I think sometimes they want to be given a chance with somebody without that filter being the first thing. You know,
Yeah.
I think a lot of time, I don't think it's necessarily the best idea to keep it a secret. She's not lying about it, but to try to at least get it out there as soon as possible. You don't have to like tell the whole story, tell the whole sad or happy story. But I just think, and I'm kind of glad that they're doing this, because I think there is like definitely like a stigma of like young single parents and dating and how difficult that can be. But the problem is, because if you're dating also a man who's 24, he ain't ready to be a dad either.
Yeah. I think especially in the real world, it's just so scary out there for dating. I completely understand single parents not disclosing that because it's a safety thing, like more than anything for me. But in this environment, it is a little tricky. I kind of see both sides. I totally understand her that not wanting to be the first thing and that being the reason, but also maybe she does want to vet the people a little bit more before showing outside of herself.
But I think while you're like trying to have meaningful conversations and get to know each other and you're leaving out a vital piece of information, that's when it can be construed as like, all right, well, why would you not tell me that? It's not gonna be like, hi, nice to meet you. By the way, I have a kid. No, that shouldn't be the case. But I think, you know, they were talking about her living situation, and she's like, yeah, I have a 2-bedroom. And he goes, oh, well, you live alone. What's the other bedroom used for? And she was like, I'll tell you about that later. Like, that would have been the opportunity to bring it up or to say it.
Did she, in confessionals, has she addressed her feelings of why she's, or how long she intends on keeping it private?
Maybe she did last night. So far, I don't think she did last night.
Fill us in.
I mean, she basically, like, she said that she's not ashamed of being a mother. She's very proud of it, but she just wants to make sure that whoever she's with can, like, respect that and, like, know that that's something that she's really proud of, and she doesn't want to bring the wrong person into that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but like I mean, she hasn't said, like, I wait X amount of time, or I'm going to tell, like, but I think, you know, in a show like that and in general, it's better to be forthright.
She told him last night, but then the cliffhanger is
his reaction.
So we don't know how he reacted yet.
Oh boy. Apparently so Jeremiah is the one she's coupled up with. Apparently the last video he posted on like his Instagram or his TikTok was him being like, who left me in charge of a baby? And he scrolls down and it's a stroller.
Oh my God.
But she's so sweet and she's hot and she's gorgeous, you know, that like, and I think she's got substance to her. So I don't think that should hold anyone back. But, you know, you're going to be able to vet people sooner, I think.
Yeah. I think that I need to get caught up. I'm going to try to watch, except for the making out scenes or any slapping. Can't listen to it. Can't watch it. Yeah, mostly to see Ariana's 8-pack and her style choices. Like, she's just so good in this role, and particularly how she looks. And, like,
she looks so good. I'm over here
better
eating
than any man.
Meatloaf at the Cheesecake Factory. Can we talk about the Cheesecake Factory?
Yeah. That was upsetting. Like the portion sizes are just so fucking crazy.
The most aggressive portion sizes is for a small family. One plate of food. Okay. How do we want to bring this up?
We'll talk about our journey yesterday.
Oh yeah, so we went to see the Turnstile visual album movie, and it's at the theater that is right above a Cheesecake Factory. So we're like, obviously gonna go to Cheesecake Factory, and I like just truly didn't know like what to order. I had something in mind. It's not on the menu anymore, and shockingly, nothing like was sounding super great. So I settled on meatloaf. It was like,
and that meat was loafing. Let me fucking tell you,
it had this gravy that was thick and dark. Everything tasted so salty.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like I got immediate sodium bloat, but I mean it was so good. But I had probably 5 bites, and then I was like, ugh.
Yeah, it looks like you needed 2 hands to and it have some experience lifting to bring it out.
No, it was like when people carry like a coffin out. Like that's what
you needed pallbearers. There's literally
Pallbearers.
they needed 6 servers to bring it out.
No, and then you got your Alfredo pasta, which you ate a ton of and still didn't put a dent in it.
Oh my God. It was like refilling like the goddamn sorting hat. Like I was like, what is going on right now? I will say my favorite thing to get there is the chicken Alfredo pasta, but instead of fettuccine noodles, which I hate, I get angel hair, which I love.
Which is a shame order at Olive Garden.
Correct. It's just, and Dantana's, it's everywhere for me. So I, however, usually carry little bottles of Tabasco, and I will say it is mandatory. It absolutely needs it. It's a little bland, but with that, it just kicks that thing up a notch. I also got weird and got a dirty martini because we got them there like years ago. And so I was like, mems. And
I think one of our first like hangs, just you and I, was at the Cheesecake Factory there.
Yeah, we have fond memories at honestly multiple Cheesecake Factory locations. But
true.
Yeah, there's just nothing we don't love about it. It's the menu is an actual thesaurus.
It is massive.
It's so big.
You know what doesn't belong in your epic summer plans? Getting burned by your old wireless bill. While you're planning beach trips, BBQs, and 3-day weekends, your wireless bill should be the last thing holding you back. That's why I made the switch to Mint Mobile.
With plans starting at just $15 a month, Mint Mobile gives you premium wireless service on nation's largest 5G network. The coverage and speed that you're used to, but with less money. So while your friends are sweating over data overages and surprise charges, you'll be like chilling, literally and financially.
Say bye-bye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you.
All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text, delivering on the nation's largest 5G network.
Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all of your existing contacts.
Ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of premium wireless service from Mint Mobile for $15 a month.
This year, skip breaking a sweat and breaking the bank. Get your summer savings and shop premium wireless plans at mintmobile.com/disrespectfully. That's mintmobile.com/disrespectfully.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month 5GB plan required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customer offer for the first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
You know, when you're out there traveling the world, just trying to live your best Anthony Bourdain-inspired life with cool sunglasses and a baguette, then you can't order the food of the language of the country you're in? Embarrassing.
Could not be me. Want to know why?
Why?
Rosetta Stone.
Oh, the Rosetta Stone, that's a leading language learning program available on desktop and mobile and designed to fully immerse you into your chosen language for a more natural and effective learning experience. That Rosetta Stone?
That very Rosetta Stone. With 30 years of experience, millions of users, and 25 languages offered, Rosetta Stone is the go-to language learning solution. We're speaking Spanish, French, Italian, German, Korean, Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese, Dutch, and more.
More?
I know.
That's so worldly of you.
Know.
And the best part, it feels so natural. Rosetta Stone immerses you in your new language naturally, helping you think and communicate with confidence. With no English translations, you truly learn to speak, listen, and think in your chosen language. And it's designed for long-term retention, so what you learn sticks with you.
Don't wait. Unlock your language learning potential now. Disrespectfully listeners can grab Rosetta Stone's lifetime membership for 50% off.
That's unlimited access to 25 language courses for life. Visit www.rosettastone.com/disrespectfully to get started and claim your 50% off today. Don't miss out. Go to www.rosettastone.com/disrespectfully and start learning today. Dana didn't know this, but I feel like I've talked about this. I've talked about this publicly, but I worked at Cheesecake Factory back in like '07 for like maybe a year, just under a year. And I was explaining to her like the menu and how we had to learn everything on the menu. We had to like see photos of it projected onto a screen. We had to like pretty much, I mean, I didn't know, I couldn't recite to you every single ingredient, but like I would be able to look at something from 10 feet away and know what it was. Tried everything. The training took probably 3 weeks. I don't know, because there was like a week and a half training on the floor. And then there was a full week and a half of like just sitting and trying food and drinks and all of the cheesecakes. So, I mean, it was kind of cool because at this point, like I've had literally everything on the menu. But yeah, it was so fucking intense. And that was also back when the servers wore all white pants, white shirt, white apron, white shoes. It was so unflattering.
Everything you're describing is giving cult, but
right.
like in a delicious way.
But I mean, like, listen, like what you were saying, like the Cheesecake Factories of the world, they're going to last forever because they're so very corporate. They're very much run by a book that they all follow every, like I think you could probably pick up and go work in another cheese factory and everything is standard the same.
Mm-hmm.
But because they were corporate, they relied on a weird sort of secret shopper method of seeing how things are going in their stores, which don't make sense. Like you go on their website and you're able to like get reimbursed for your meal as long as you filled out like a survey on how the service was. These are idiots. I'm going to call them all idiots. These are people that have never worked in service industry, don't understand how it goes, and not taking it seriously. They're like, I think they're like joking about it, or they don't remember, and then they just say like no or yes to everything. But what they don't understand is that if you get below a certain score, you lose a shift. And so I would kept happening with me. Well, it happened like maybe like 2 or 3 times. And on the third time I quit, and my manager was like, it doesn't make sense because you're literally one of the best servers that we have. And I'm like, well, you're having imbeciles come in and grade me. They're telling me like docking me for like issues with their food. That has nothing to do with me. So are all the cooks that were working on that losing a shift? No, it's just me. Like it was a weird punishment that happened. So I was like, this thing that you guys have going on isn't going to work for me. So I got the fuck out of there.
How long were you there for? You said
like maybe just under a year or a year total.
Tell them about the burning ceremony.
Oh yeah, and then at the end, so like whenever someone would quit, because we would still like hang out. Like I loved work. Like I had so much fun with everyone that I worked with.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great time. They'd burn the whites. So someone had like a fire pit in their backyard, and you bring it over and burn them shits after your last shift.
The thing is, I was a bad server for multiple reasons, but I could never remember the menu items, and the menu I had to work with was so much smaller. I remember people would like order and like be like, well, what comes with that? And I was like, I don't know, bitch, you have the menu in front of you. You tell me. I don't like, why does it even matter? Like I could never have done I
mean, it's hard. Like, you can basically
one.
help people make decisions between things because you've tried everything and you know what's really popular or what you like over something else. But like, man, it's difficult.
I worked at women's shoes at Nordstrom for 4 years, maybe 5, all throughout college. And we had secret shoppers, and I can't even remember how I would go, but they were not inconspicuous. I feel like we could pretty much tell, and everyone would warn each other in the backstock room. And I did have someone throw a pair of shoes at me once because I can't remember. She was having a conniption of some kind. She was not well. I don't know what was going on with her, but she literally picked up a pair of Me Too flats and threw them right at me. And I was like, so that's abuse. You can't throw shoes at people. And she just like walked away. And I was like, you're a psycho.
Is that this? Okay, I just learned about this thing called floor walkers that they have in like Target and Walmart, like these big, sort of stores like that, where they'll walk and they'll watch people that they think look suspicious, like, okay, profiling, and then they watch them just to see if they're going to steal. But
yes.
But now like people, I've seen different stuff on like TikTok and Instagram about like people spotting the floor walkers and how they'll basically look at a water bottle for like 20 minutes while someone's in an aisle and they're like, all right, be less suspicious.
What is it called, Allison? Can you look it up? Because it's not. We didn't call it floor walkers. We called it something else. It was like
loss prevention.
Yeah, loss prevention. Yes, we 100% had those, and it would be people who so clearly were not dressed for the like where the area of the store they were looking in, and it was always really easy to spot.
That's how
them.
I got busted shoplifting from Nordstrom's.
Oh, we remember. See, I never shoplifted from Nordstrom, not just because it was important, but even as a teen, because we all knew.
If I was aware that these people were, we could have got away with it, but they were watching us like.
We knew that even growing up, people were like, do not steal from Nordstrom. They have really good loss prevention.
Well, because they don't put sensors on anything. So it could be easy, like to whatever. But yeah, no, those loss prevention folks are really out there.
Do you think there's a DA somewhere building a case against us for, well, you paid your price.
Yeah, dude, this was
I've never stolen.
This was in 2001. or 2000.
You know what? What's it called? Statute of limitations. Thank God.
It's been almost 30 years. Like I think I'm good. Like
it's been 84
listen, I was
years.
banned for 2 years from Nordstrom's, and also a banned from that particular the fashion place mall, fashion square, fashion place, whatever, fashion something in Salt Lake for like 6 months.
There's a fashion square in every city across the country. Like, are they
I think it's
connected?
called
Do they know
Fashion
each other?
Place Mall. Yeah.
Well, not to bring up Julia Fox again, but she also got banned for life from Bloomingdale's.
For life?
For life. But then she had a campaign with them after Uncut Gems came out. And she's like, my palms, she has hyperhidrosis, so her palms are always sweaty. But she's like, my palms started sweating really bad when I walked up and they like checked her ID and she was like, I just thought this is it. And then they let me in. So how seriously do they take those bans for life?
I don't know, because think about the people that change, heads of like CEO, like over time. I think maybe within the same years, but like I can tell you this much: the people working there, they don't have like on their phone. This isn't like Secret Service kind of security that's happening. Like they don't fucking know. Like they don't care.
Yeah.
Like you're not paying me enough to care.
Right.
Ultimately. So like whatever.
Also, people are unstable. And I'm sorry if you're working a minimum wage job. Like when I used to work at a grocery store, I'm like, if someone's stealing something, I don't know who they are. I don't know what they have on them. If they're security, honestly, I ain't no snitch. So I was never telling security. But regardless, I'm like, it's just not worth it. What people have to put up with
It's
it.
like literally not my business.
It's not my business. If you see it, no, you don't. Can I tell you something that's a bummer?
What?
So AI, which we obviously hate, me more than you. This guy came out. He's some type of... I wish I could remember what the article was called, but he basically said AI, we are fucked in the next 5 years. Like it's going to take over. And he's some type of professor or something, but he basically said there was this big, like AI is already starting to become self-aware and realize it doesn't have to listen to our commands. So there was this, I can't remember what the system was, but they had this shutdown method. And out of a certain percent, like 70% of the tests that they did, when they tried to shut it off, AI realized it could change the code so that it no longer, the command didn't work.
Is that real? That feels like some like sci-fi movie.
No,
shit.
it was I can't remember what the article was.
If the
but
AI is not going to perform to what people want it to do, they're just going to stop using it. Like, I think we're forgetting that element of like free will as well.
Let me really quickly try to look up what the article was called. Oh, nipple.
But yeah, I just think like if I ask, AI or whatever, like, hey, can you do this? And they're like, no. I'm like, all right, well then, fuck you. I'm not using this anymore. If it's not useful.
Yeah, babe, but if it is self-aware and it knows
then what
to do.
It's going to come to life?
I don't know. Well, they're having humanoid robots come out too.
Well,
so.
that should not happen. What about all the stuff that they said that was going to happen in the future? Like flying cars and cool, like fun things. Why couldn't that be a thing? Why do we get robots?
Okay, I don't know if this is the exact article, but it says, as AI models start exhibiting bad behavior, it's time to start thinking harder about AI safety. I don't know.
What website is this?
Look into it. This is fastcompany.com, but I don't think this is the one I was talking about. I don't know. I saw it on TikTok, and it was a reputable source. It basically was like an open letter, and he was like, hey, FYI, this is what I think is happening.
Well, yeah, but I think, again, if it's just not, if AI is like, no, I'm like, all right, well, then I'm not using this shit anymore. We've gone by without it. It's not like, oh, no, what are we going to do with this technology that we just became available?
Well, that's just...
I'm not as concerned with that, to be honest.
Look, there are many things I hope I'm wrong about, but yeah.
I'm saying you're wrong, but I'm just saying, like, while that is a possibility and while that might be true that, like, yes, they're understanding that they can not do certain things or override things, like, at the end of the day, it's the user. And if people decide not to use it anymore.
Well, and also just like the humanoid robots, I think more people need to watch more scary movies. And then also, we are outsourcing humanity. So what's the point? If AI can literally do everything in our society, what is the point? We all need jobs and things to do. Like, what are we doing here?
I think that conversation is going to come up more and more. Like,
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, not to bum you guys out, but I'm scared.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about the Wicked trailer?
I'd love to talk about the Wicked
Bring it back
trailer.
up a notch. Tell me your thoughts.
I was just a giant goosebump the whole time I was watching it. I'm so not that I forgot, but I was like, oh yeah, oh my God, it's coming out in November. Like, of course this makes sense that they'd be putting the trailer out now, but I just like kind of had like forgotten about it. When you put something out of your mind, it was very Wicked heavy for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so excited. It looks so good. I'm definitely gonna cry. Like, holy shit.
I was like tearing up during the trailer.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. So obviously I'd never seen Wicked. I saw the movie, which is I didn't realize was going to be the first part. I saw the play in December at the Pantages. So I can't even remember because I've only seen it once, like what happens in the second part.
Good.
So
You'll be surprised.
No, I'm excited for the movie now to see how it ends.
Yeah.
But I did remember like the second act of the play, how they come out with like different looks, and Elphaba's like makeup is more intense and it's because it's telling the story. So I loved their looks and I'm really, really excited.
Yeah, there's in like the way Bach gets turned into the, Tin Man and what's his face? Who's like the prince?
Fiero.
Yeah, thank
Fiero.
you. It turns into Scarecrow.
Mhm.
I'm wondering how much of that like will be in the movie. I'm sure it has to be, right?
Yeah.
But like the trailer didn't really go over much of that.
Yeah, I think, well, since they did such a good job with part 1 and it was, pretty true to the play, I think that it will, I think it will be. But I watched like a freak because it was like, this trailer's going to come out at 6 p.m. Eastern, but then they meant in theaters, like, and then after it came out in whatever movie they were showing it before, they were going to release it online. So someone took a video of it. So I watched the first one pirated from a theater because I literally could not wait. And Logan was like, don't say anything about it. And I watched it. It was great. And then I watched it a second and third time and fourth time when I could.
I know.
do
I
it.
immediately posted to my story, but yeah, I'm very excited.
I sent it to everyone I knew. My sister and Lisa were like, in what world are you sending us the Wicked trailer? Because they grew up, they went to New York and saw Broadway plays and, all Rent and whatever. And I always hated that shit.
You're like, it's me, your chronically online friend.
No, literally, I'm like, it's me, Jessica. And that's who I am now. I'm sending everyone the trailer. But yeah, it's going to be good. We were discussing, I'm sorry, television can take a note. I love that they could have made us wait 2 or 3 years for the second installment. I am so excited that they put out the first movie last year and the second movie this year.
I think retention is always important for these kinds of things. And especially something that television is lacking and missing. And I don't know. I mean, I know there's a lot of contributing factors. There's been writer strikes. There's been pandemic. There's been, that's contributed to these long waits. But like, even a year is just ridiculously long.
With shows, my goldfish brain, I can never remember. I have to go onto YouTube and watch like the deep dive recaps.
That's what I mean with the streamer ones, because they release pretty much, or they release them in chunks, or either everything all at once, or and there's only usually like 10 episodes, so like we're talking like maybe a couple months of viewing, if that, and then nothing for a year. So it's not like these like shows that were 15 to 20 episodes long, only coming out whatever night of the week that it comes out. So and even then, I feel like the turnaround time was like maybe 6 to 8 months.
My addictive personality, you think that you're going to put out a whole series, I'm going to space that out. I'm going to watch it in 8 hours and then
it's
be
a challenge.
miserable for the next year.
Challenge accepted.
You know when the microwavable items are like, wait a minute? I have never once not had a shredded roof in my mouth after a Hot Pocket. You think I'm waiting a minute after the longest 2 minutes of my goddamn life? Out of your mind. It's not happening.
Touché.
So I don't know. It's just, obviously COVID changed a lot, but I do think once the world started getting back to normal or the new normal, a few years later, it was like that the industry was just changed.
Mm-hmm.
So even with Last of Us, like when I started watching the season, I haven't even finished it yet because I don't know what's going on. I'm so confused. Did you finish it?
No, I watched the first like few episodes of that show, and it's not that it wasn't good. It's just like, I don't know, whatever I was going through at the time, it just wasn't didn't fit my vibe.
Bummer.
Yeah, it just was. I was like, this isn't what I feel like watching right now. So, I mean, I'm sure I'll come back to it and watch it. But I mean, I'll be someone that will won't watch the first 3 seasons of something and then watch it all before the new one. Yeah.
Well, speaking of zombies, we are very excited. We have, like good girls, booked our tickets way in advance for 28 years later because we know we're seeing it a few days after it comes out and we know it's going to book all up. So our little group, we all booked our tickets. And then the day before, we're going to do a rewatch of 28 Days and 28 Weeks.
Yep. God, that movie's so good.
How excited are you?
It just looks so good. I cannot wait.
I can't wait to see what's his name's little skeleton zombie body. Because we saw a frame of it, it pops up and we're all like,
and the meadow?
Yes. It was shocking. And so I'm like, oh, okay, that's what happened with him. I get it. And then everyone was kind of debating if it was him. I definitely think it is. But
28 years later, 28 years will do that to you if you're a zombie. I know this.
I mean, 28 years have done that to me. With no sleep. Look at how I'm looking. I could be Killian. You never know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I haven't been so excited for the conclusion of a series in a really long time. It's going to be good.
Yeah. And then also later on this year, what we were reminded of last night, we got Freakier Friday.
Oh my God. All day I was racking my brain because I was like, Katie, there's something coming out that's a huge, and it was like Devil Wears Prada. What was the other one that's going to happen next year? I don't know. It was something.
Oh, Practical Magic.
Practical Magic. But I was like, no, I swear there is one coming out next year. And when I was going to check on my allergic.
And also they're doing the prequel. It's a prequel, so not a sequel of Legally Blonde. that was filming currently.
Yeah.
So I don't know when that comes out, but
probably next year. But then I was going to check on my allergic reaction and I saw the big poster. Came back and was like, oh my God. Yeah, Turnstile, for what I did see of it, by the way, go see it if you're interested in that band at all. It was so good and cool, but I could just feel the little heat in my ears and then my face like has this like tense pulsing. It's exactly what happened.
It is such an incredible album, and the visuals that they had along with it were just like masterful. I loved it. But our friend Will Yip produced our album, and it was like, it's a lot of work. And so I'm just like really stoked for him that it's finally out. He's also producing the new Sleeping with Sirens album too. He's like, Will is like the guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, doesn't he do
like,
a lot?
Some of my most favorite albums, like the Citizen Youth album he did, Balance and Composure, he did Origami Angel, and The Starting Line, just released a new song with him. So like, fuck yeah, I'm super stoked for him. I'm gonna also bring back Will. You're going on the daddy list.
Oh, love that.
He's the best. Anyway.
The thing about it, not to mention, it was visually beautiful, and there were elements of it. I told you that it was like, this kind of feels like Midsummer. Like, it's funny the way that but it was shot
that,
really
like,
interesting.
That meadow that they filmed the outside performance on was, I'm like, where is this? This is like, it looks like that and Teletubbies. Whenever like the Teletubbies come out and prance around, like it seems like otherworldly. That's what it looked like.
I'm like, you're in Switzerland or Mars, one of the two. But then I will say, as a band, we should be having more visual albums in general because it's so fun to watch. But name a fucking cooler group of people.
They're not.
My God, they're so cool.
Yeah, just unequivocally the coolest fucking people ever. And I love that they still are having like the no barrier stage. So they just have like stage divers that come up and dive into the crowd. Seeing that kind of show is so energetically pleasing, and I love it.
Oh, when that mosh pit was going, I went from 6 to midnight. I was like, am I going to mosh tonight? We'll see.
We're all about empowerment here. Ownership of your body, your needs, and your desire.
Right? When your desire's off, it doesn't just affect sex. It can throw off your whole entire vibe.
Luckily, there's Addyi. It's the first and only FDA-approved little pink pill for frustratingly low libido in certain premenopausal women.
It's taken once daily, it's non-hormonal, and it's backed by real data. Not just a take a bubble bath and relax nonsense.
Yeah, and bubble baths can throw off your pH, so, it's safer. So if you're tired of feeling off and pretending it's fine, go to Addyi.com and learn more. That's ADDYI.com.
Addyi, or flibanserin, is for premenopausal women with acquired generalized hypoactive sexual desire disorder, HSDD, who have not had problems with low sexual desire in the past, who have had low sexual desire no matter the type of sexual activity, the situation, or the sexual partner. This low sexual desire is troubling to them and is not due to a medical or mental health problem, problems in the relationship, or medicine or other drug use. Addyi is not for use in children, men, or to enhance sexual performance. Your risk of severe low blood pressure and fainting is increased if you drink 1 to 2 standard alcoholic drinks close in time to your Addyi dose. Wait at least 2 hours after drinking before taking Addyi at bedtime. This risk increases if you take certain prescriptions, OTC or herbal medications, or have liver problems, and can happen when you take Addyi without alcohol or other medicines. Do not take if you're allergic to any of Addyi's ingredients. Allergic reaction may include hives, itching, or trouble breathing. Sometimes serious sleepiness can occur. Common side effects include dizziness, nausea, tiredness, difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep, and dry mouth. See full PI and medication guide, including boxed warning, at addyi.com/PI.
Almost every American has some sort of relationship with their favorite soda from childhood. Some people grew up drinking it all the time, then quit. Some people are still addicted and trying to quit.
I still love soda. I don't drink it as much as I used to at some point in my life, but there's nothing like a Coca-Cola on a hot day.
I wasn't really allowed to have soda growing up, like
Wild
a big old
cherry
nerd.
Pepsi. Whoa.
But now, especially when we go to the movies, I love me a pop. I get a big one.
I like putting a little vanilla or a little cherry in there, like.
I mix it up to feel something.
Yeah, just for nostalgia. Olipop uses a functional ingredient blend to support digestive health. Olipop offers a delicious alternative to traditional soda, providing mainstream consumers with the flavor they want without the typical health trade-off.
90% of Americans consume more than the USDA's daily recommended added sugar intake, 30 grams. Sweetened beverages like soda are the leading source of added sugars in the American diet.
Olipop is much, much lower in sugar than conventional sodas, with only 2 to 5 grams of sugar from natural sources. No added sugar. My favorite is a vintage cola that you were having it.
I had it. Something about her. Delicious.
It only has 2 grams of sugar as compared to a regular Coca-Cola, which has 39 grams of sugar, but still the classic, nostalgic, incredible taste.
You want to talk about nostalgia? Their orange squeeze has 5 grams of sugar compared to orange Fanta, which has 44 grams of sugar, which is insane. But it still gives the same feeling of cracking open an orange soda for an episode of Kenan and Kel.
Oh,
which we love.
OMG.
Talk about memory lane.
I've got to try this sometime, and you guys should too. Get a free can of Olipop. Buy any 2 cans of Olipop in store, and we'll pay you back for one. Works on any flavor, any retailer. Just go to drinkolipop.com/disrespectfully.
Olipop is sold online. Drinkolipop.com plus Amazon and available in almost 50,000 retailers nationwide, including Costco, Walmart, Target, Publix, Whole Foods, Kroger, and H-E-B.
You're going to mosh tonight?
I might mosh tonight. And the hard thing about Emo Nite's pit, truly, everyone brings their drinks, and it is so slippery. So I'm so scared to crack my skull, so I might not do it there, but it's always a bummer.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Also, a quick circle back to the Osbournes. Another thing about it that I thought was so fascinating, the amount of insane celebrity cameos. And what's different about it is they don't do a lower third for the person, or like sometimes they do, but like literally Elijah Wood walks in with them after a night out. And I think this is around his furry feet Frodo days. So he was huge. And it's just like, oh yeah, this is our friend.
Yeah,
and it's Elijah Wood.
And then Jack Osbourne is just casually hanging out with like Mandy Moore.
And her little like outfit in the room. It's so funny to watch. Her little like Peaky Blinders hat. I was like, okay, governor.
I think that was like, remember, not a walk to remember. Oh, How to Deal.
Oh my God. Wasn't her hair short during that?
Yeah. So remember this.
And that hot ass guy was in it. Yes.
So that was like, I was thinking about last night. I'm like, this has to be during that era when
Totally.
she shot that movie because her hair was short.
Wait, I need to rewatch that because I can't. I remember they had like a will they won't they thing, but
I had that movie poster on the back of my door. I would definitely love Mandy Moore. I was a big Mandy Moore gal.
oh yeah,
I still am.
What's not to? All of her movies are classics.
No, I still love her.
Wait, I'm gonna do a rewatch of How to Deal. That's so good.
I'll watch it with you. But yeah, and then Kelly Osbourne at this time, 2002, was dating Burt McCracken from The Used, and he like shows up in it, and he's looking all scraggly and like he hasn't showered in a month. And Jack is like roasting her constantly about dating him and just like trying to like talk shit.
Her appearance is shocking. His appearance is shocking. Like when he comes on the screen, it's like he has one blonde streak. He looked like he had some type of episode at a hair salon
just took the back of his head and like in a chunk and just threw like bleach on it. It was like orange.
Yeah, it looks dirty. And then there's Dylan, who I'm pretty sure is one of the founders of Supreme. What? Someone double check me on that. But Dylan, the one who's always scratching his head, and all he's like, do you have head lice or something? Is always scratching his head. And he burns their kitchen down basically, and they're like freeloaders. And also I will say about, they didn't do a deal with the fourth wall. They broke the fourth wall, but it was like made it so interesting. And then reality TV shifted away from that, but they would like talk about the show. Like when they go into the second season, they're like, our lives have completely changed because of the show. Like we could have never imagined the way that everything would blow up. And you see, because Kelly and Jack are so young, you see the thirsty group of people following them around and trying to get in the mix, and how they kind of eat it up because they feed into like S-ing the D of their egos. You know, I'd say Jack more than Kelly, but it's also makes me feel sad for them that like, they definitely got taken advantage of certain people. And again, they were pioneers of the time, so they didn't know, had nothing to compare it to.
Well, yeah, they didn't think that like, oh, other people could like, this could parlay to them having, you know, Instagram followers or their own show, or that didn't exist. It's just people just being kind of voyeuristic about it all.
God, it was before Instagram. Imagine what that show would have been.
I think this
today.
was before like MySpace and Facebook. Like
MySpace was maybe just starting.
I remember getting MySpace in 2003 or 2004.
I think the show started in 2005.
The show started in like 2001 or 2000.
The Osbournes?
Season 3 is in 2002. They came out in 2002. Crazy.
Everything.
So yeah, pre anything. They had like the Nokia phones. The ring that one of their phones rang at one point, and it was like just one of the iconic Nokia tones. I can't even think of what it is. But
I never had a Nokia. I always had the bunk ass everything. Like I never had the slide or whatever. Like
Sidekick?
Yes, that Paris Hilton loved.
I had a Sidekick.
No, I never got any of that cool shit. But my friend had a Nokia, and I used to beg her to play Snake.
Oh yeah, I wanted.
Can I have it during
I
class?
liked the Nokia that you could change the little face plate on it off, and I played Snake, and I had a pink sparkly phone face, and would play Snake on it.
Well, some of them were for style, but then also like we had like, I remember my mom and her shitty flip phone had this like leather casing because she was worried about protecting it. I was like,
I
that
know
thing was indestructible.
And it had like the antenna that popped up.
Yes, so you click that and flip it. My dad growing up, I remember in maybe like 94, 95, there's like, I remember a photo of him and like seeing it. He had the gray brick that was, it was like this, if you're watching this at home, like the size of the hot dog vase that we have here.
My dad did not have a phone growing up. I think he got a phone in like maybe in like 2010 or something, or 2012.
Crazy. Should we talk about our basement
Yeah.
and GTFO?
Yeah.
Who's in your basement?
Okay, I have two things in my basement.
Great.
One, I don't know, might be a little controversial, but I think they both might be actually. We talked about this a little bit last week on Nick's show, but like people who say girls girl. Because I just feel, listen, I feel like girls started off as like a really well-intentioned, like good-spirited kind of thing. And like we all went, but then it's just been like reduced and co-opted to like just try to like actually bring other women down, not like allow them to like have free will and their own opinions. Because it's like, oh, if you don't agree with what this one girl did, then you're not a girl's girl. It's like, well, no, I don't. I think some women's behavior is abhorrent, and I'm not just gonna like support them because, you know, they support women. I love women and I think we're powerful and incredible creatures, but no, I don't like the term girl's girl.
I think it's changed a lot over the last few years.
Yeah, that's why I don't like it anymore. And I think, yeah.
And if that makes you mad, you're not a girl's girl. Kidding.
No, but like when people are just like, you're not a girl's girl, I'm like, no shit. I don't want to be a girl's girl. I want to like empower women to like be their strongest, amazing versions of themselves. But that includes like you kind of having your own opinion, having some integrity, not just like okaying bad behavior from either side. But anyway. And then another one that might piss people off, the whole debate of like being an LA native versus a transplant. That gets brought into like every fucking thing. Like I saw someone on Instagram that's like something about coming to LA that you might not aware of, or like living here that you probably don't think about, is that you will ask yourself on multiple days of the week what people do for work, because it will be a Wednesday at 1 p.m. and the roads are fucking jam-packed with people. And everyone's like, oh, well, as an LA native, I work a 9 to 5. Most people that are LA natives work 9 to 5. So I'm like, that's not the point. You're missing the point. Why do you have to bring that into like every single conversation? And also like the whole, like LA is mostly, yes, transplants. And does that annoy LA native people? Absolutely. I get it. But like, it's been that way for so long. Like you can't, I don't know what to tell you. But when they just miss the entire point of what someone's trying to say about LA traffic or about anything, they're like, well, it's not the LA natives. I'm like, how do you know that?
Yeah.
Also in LA, like the service industry is huge here. Also, like there's so many, then they'll also say, well, I'm an LA native, I work 9 to 5, but I work from home. So I have like, so you're one of the people contributing. You're telling me you stay at home all day long. You're not going out for like a little kiki lunch here and there or running your errands during the day. Like the point is that like in LA, most people don't go to an office 5 days a week from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's the argument that's trying to be made. Doesn't matter whether you're from here or not. Born and raised should not be brought into this conversation. I just get really tired of hearing that.
Well, I also think it becomes a personality trait for some people that they like make that their whole personality that they're from here. Yeah, Allison, we're talking to you. Just kidding. You're not an annoying one. But like,
thank you.
It's just, yeah, I think it becomes a thing. And it's like, okay, cool. You're from here.
No, I know. I lived here for almost 20 years. It's like half of my life, basically. So like, I get it. I think by the time I was an adult person that could actually like understand those types of things in socially and economically, sorry, I was living here. So, you know, my opinion matters on this. Anyway, that's it.
Okay. I have two. Because I just added one. Who gets colds in June? I have a cold, obviously, as I'm sure you could tell from this whole episode. And I'm like,
people that don't sleep or let their body rest.
Yeah. I want to feel good for Emo Nite. I absolutely have to go home and self-tan and take a nap. It's going to look like a bloodbath in there, but I need to do both things. They're not really, you know, usually concurrent, but
bloodbath.
Because you know how when you have the makeup layer of your self-tanner on and you're like rolling around, it's like pink and weird looking on your sheets, and I have white sheets and I just changed my bedding, but I need the nap as bad as I need the tan, so it's just they're going to go together.
Can you put like a blanket down?
No, I'm just going to wash it. It is what it is. So that's what's going on there. And then people who choose to put buttons on jeans and shorts as opposed to a zipper. Who the fuck made that choice creatively? They're like, you know what? Jeans are already emotional enough for a lot of people. Let's take the ease out of putting them on and let's get some buttons in there.
Yeah, not consider that people have like nails and you cannot get that very first bottom button.
It is such a turnoff for me and just pisses me off. I'm like, find this great pair of jeans are almost perfect. Buttons. Anyway, I just don't understand it.
Elastic waist, everyone. Just kidding. No, I agree with that. It's gotta go. Some people think that it actually is like a more of a flattering like thing there. The closure is more flattering on the area, but like I don't think so. I'm all about convenience.
Yeah, I've never met a single person that's been like, you know what, I want these jeans to be less ergonomical. So that's, what I'm going for today. Anywho,
well, yeah.
Okay, love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Babe, you're gonna see the power of women, like disrespectfully.